Well, good morning, North Texas. We are still seeing scattered showers and thunderstorms across much of North Texas right now. We still have our WFAA weather alert that goes until 9 o'clock this morning for the potential of seeing any isolated severe storms that could produce up to quarter-size hail, wind gusts of 60 miles an hour. We're also seeing some very heavy rainfall within these thunderstorms, and some of this rain has kind of been training over some of the same areas, so that's been leading to areas of flash flooding. We do have flash flood warnings across parts of the metro right now. So what you need to do is stay updated with the latest forecast, have a way to receive those warnings as we go throughout at least the next several hours, and download the WFAA app so you can get those alerts as soon as possible. We're going to stay under that marginal risk for severe weather, at least in Dallas and the areas off to the east until 9 o'clock today. But the farther east you go across North Texas, that severe risk will be a little bit higher later this morning. Again, we're looking quarter-size hail, wind gusts of 60, and heavy rainfall that could lead to some areas of flooding. So we've got the flash flood warnings are ongoing right now across the metro, but our northeast counties are under a flood watch until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, because we could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall by the time it's all said and done. Isolated totals could be a little bit higher, upwards of around 5 inches, but all across the metro we could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall by the time the rain moves out of here. So looking over the last 6 hours, we've had scattered showers and thunderstorms make their way from west to east, and everything is really streaming from the southwest to the northeast. It's been moving pretty quickly. It's been moving at around 40 to 45 miles an hour at times, and we still have a very electrical storm. There's a ton of lightning, and it's caused some power outages as well. Looking at radar right now, we still have some very heavy rain all across the metro. It will be filling in our eastern counties here in just a little while, but zooming in a little bit closer, you can see Dallas and Tarrant County. We have the flash flood warning until 7:45. We still have very heavy rain moving across the metro from the southwest off to the north and east. We also have new flash flood warning for Collin, Denton, and Rockwall counties until 8:30. And I'm looking over at our chat, and it looks like Delta and Lamar counties are also under a flash flood warning until 8:30 this morning. So lots of rain for really much of the metro. And you can see just along the Red River, we have very heavy rain around Gainesville, moderate to light rain around Sherman. And the farther east you go, from anywhere between Bonham and Paris, we have some moderate to heavy rain as well. Off to the south and west, light to moderate rain around Breckenridge, moderate to heavy rain around Eastland. Mineral Wells seeing some light rain, but that rain will be filling in a little bit more as we go throughout the next hour or so. And then in between Stephenville, Meridian, Hamilton, we have some very heavy rain and could see some wind gusts around 40 miles an hour down there. Looking at our hail detector, I'm not seeing anything right now, so that's some good news. We still have the potential of seeing some small hail later this morning, but if we do get that, it would be very isolated. Looking at our timecast, I'm starting the clock at 6 o'clock this morning, and by the time we do get to 6 o'clock, most of the heavy rain should be just east of Dallas, but that doesn't mean we're going to be done with the rain yet. We still have a chance of seeing some additional scattered showers and thunderstorms. This is going to be about 8 o'clock, and this is moving right through the metro, streaming from the southwest to the northeast. Around noon, it looks like most of the rain will be just east of Dallas, so still rain and storms there, while we're still going to stay under cloudy skies with a slight chance, or at least a much lower coverage, of seeing rain across the metro in the afternoon. So much of the afternoon, we're not expecting a complete washout by any means, but some isolated light rain. This is going to be 7 o'clock this evening. We're seeing some rain redevelop out to the far west in between Breckenridge and Granbury and Mineral Wells. You can see in far west Texas and out in the Panhandle, there's blue showing up. That is snow, but we're not going to see any snow across Dallas. In fact, later tonight, generally it looks dry, a few raindrops in some of our far northern counties, and then by the time we get into tomorrow morning, could even work in a little bit of clearing, but during this time, it is going to get really cold. Right now, temperatures range from the upper 40s around Bowie to about 52 degrees in downtown Fort Worth, 55 in Terrell, 55 right now in Canton. But later today, temperatures don't move a whole lot. In fact, some of our western counties, temperatures are going to be going down. About 45 this afternoon in Graham, 46 in Decatur, and 52 in downtown Dallas, 51 later today in Waxahachie. Overnight tonight, again, eventually working in a little bit of clearing. It's going to get pretty cold as temperatures drop down into the 30s and 40s. About 40 degrees in Dallas, but 39 in downtown Fort Worth, 37 in Decatur, 38 in Granbury, and about 36 tomorrow morning in Bowie. So for today, we've got the rain and storms primarily this morning. As we go throughout the afternoon, that coverage is going to be a lot lower. Temperatures later today, only in the low 50s. Overnight tonight, we're going to be mostly cloudy. Light rain will still be possible, but the coverage is going to be a lot lower, only about 30%. Temperatures drop down into the upper 30s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be dry. I think we're going to see partly cloudy skies, but it's still going to be very cool. Temperatures only make it into the low 50s. Combine that with a north wind between about 15 to 25, and much of the day is going to feel more chilly. By the time we get to Monday, it's going to be a light wind. We're expecting lots of sunshine, and temperatures do make it into the mid 60s. On Tuesday, we're finally back in the low 70s, a light south wind. That south wind picks up a little bit more by the time we get to Wednesday. Temperatures climb into the upper 70s, low 80s by the time we get to April 10th. And then looking at that second half of that 14-day, notice from April 12th all the way to April 15th, we've got temperatures back in the 80s. But by the time we do get to April 15th and the days after that, we have several chances of rain and storms.